Hey everyone, we are having so much fun today. Sue Jennings, Mary Ellen Benakin, real estate ladies of North Atlanta. We don't even have our banner on here. What's wrong with us? Here we go, the real estate ladies of North Atlanta. Sue, how are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Mary Ellen?
I'm doing great. So today, this is an interesting topic that can be taken many different ways. So we're going to talk about the guide to North Atlanta best schools. Okay. And that's going to be interesting because everyone has their own opinion. And then we're going to talk about neighborhood highlight, which is Victoria Square, and that's located in Alpharetta. We are going to talk about what we love about North Atlanta, which is the Cobb Energy Performing Center. And then our design tip of the day is creating an accent wall. So let's start with the neighborhood highlight of Victoria Square.
So Victoria Square is located in downtown Alpharetta. It's right off of Roswell Street, and it sits next to, if you've ever been to Pure Taqueria or TBB or next to Pure, it's right there on that corner, and it's a townhome community of about 100 townhomes, and it was built between 2006 and 2007. And these are all brick, four sides brick townhomes, and they are they're all fairly good size. They have 3 bedrooms generally, sometimes 4, and they have about 3.5 bathrooms. The prices right now in this community are going for $780 to $820 in that general range. These homes are about 2,800 square feet plus. They have 2-car garages. Some of them even have fenced courtyards. And they're about 2 blocks from downtown Alpharetta. I mean, how much nicer can you get it for that price
and walk
point?
there too?
Really,
I think it's so cool. Is like you don't realize how many townhouses are actually back there. You know what I mean?
Right. It's a fantastic price point for the location. It really is, and of course, you're in a great school area as well. So they're a very attractive community. Victoria Square. It's convenient to shopping, restaurants, and a lot of fun in downtown Alpharetta.
Nice, cool. All right, nice Victoria Square. Sounds so stuffy in downtown Alpharetta.
No, architecturally, they're very, very pretty. They're more traditional because they're of the age that they are, but they're solidly built homes, which is really nice.
Fantastic. All right, so let's dig into a guide to North Atlanta best schools. So disclaimer before we start, everyone's going to have different opinions of schools. Everyone's going to go to different websites to find information on schools. People were like, well, I want a school that's an 8 or a 10 or a 9 or whatever. So the best advice we can give you is also every child is different. You can have 3 children in the same school and they can have 3 different experiences. So you must do your research. So we are just guiding you to tell you about some of these great schools. You have to do your own research and see if it fits your lifestyle too as well, because there might be a school that you think is going to be great for your kids and then you go there and you don't like it. So, and also we're always here. If we can get you an interview with the school, with the principal, you can walk around the school, have your kids in the school for a day, and do all those things to see if that's a good fit for your children and your family. So that's my disclaimer.
And an additional disclaimer to all of that is, we can provide you with the information. We cannot steer you to any particular school. We're not allowed to do that. But, the information is out there, and we'll give you tips on how to get that information and how to be able to make a fully informed, educated decision for your children.
All right, here we go. All right, let's dig into what we have to talk about today. Well, the schools around town.
Right. So the first thing that I always recommend are usually these are our relos that are coming into the Atlanta area from other parts of the country that have these questions for us. Those are generally the clients that we are helping with these decisions. We suggest that you research the school rankings. Look at their performance metrics, and there are a couple different ways that you can do that. The first is through greatschools.org. This is a site that reviews different schools, scores the schools, like up to, from a 1 to a 10, basically.
Mhm.
And it's part of the Georgia Department of Education website, as far as data on schools, academic performance, extracurricular activities, and overall ratings.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's really important. I mean, you've got to do your research and you just got to figure out what school's going to work for you and your family. And one more thing. Okay. You're coming from the north, you're coming from other parts of the country. We start school like August 1st.
Mm-hmm.
We end school like the end of May. So put that into consideration that unfortunately, if you're moving from the north and your kids don't end school till the end of June or whatever, and they usually start back in September, they're going to have a really, really short summer.
Mm-hmm.
The first. So that's just another thing. And there are some schools that are doing the year-round school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's not for you, then you need to stay away from the schools. Just FYI out there.
We do have several top-rated school districts in the North Metro Atlanta area. That's one thing that makes this area a very strong draw for our relocating families, is that, in the North Fulton County area, we've got great schools. In Forsyth County, they have great schools. And even over in Cobb County, they have great schools.
And Cherokee.
Cherokee, yeah. But within these districts, there are, specific high schools that you might want to focus on, such as Milton High School, Alpharetta High School, Denmark High School. These schools often get excellent reviews, as do schools like in Cobb County. Walton, Pope, and Lassiter are big ones over in the Cobb County area as well. And Forsyth County has some great ones too.
Yeah. Do your research.
Right. So if public schools aren't for you, you might want to look at your private and charter school options. There are some of those because we have a lot of clients that prefer a private education. There are great schools like Atlanta International School, Westminster, Woodward Academy. There are schools of different religious affiliations that are excellent schools as well. So it really depends upon, if you have a child with a certain particular need, that's a consideration also. So we encourage you to visit schools in person to make your own decisions. You might want to tour the school, meet with the school counselor, meet with the school principal, and ask some of your questions about perhaps their gifted program or their other facilities to assist children with special needs.
Right. Also sports, you know what I mean? There's certain people that will come from different parts of the country and they're really big in basketball, they're really big in football or, soccer or whatever. So also take that to consideration, because if you're moving your children, make sure that they're going to be happy at school. Make sure that the school that you do choose has the activities that they've been, whether it's robotics or, I don't know what other kind of clubs they have out there. It's like amazing. Every time you turn around, they have all kinds of different clubs, and a lot of schools will have Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and Brownies and Cub Scouts, and all that kind of stuff. So really look at what your kids are doing in the school they're currently in and really find something that mirrors that, is my suggestion.
Right. This area also has a wide variety of STEM schools, science, technology, engineering, and math type programs for both boys and girls. And they are scattered throughout the whole North Metro Atlanta area. So you could, if you have a specific area in mind, we could, do a little bit of research for you and help you find the STEM school of your choice if that's what you're interested in. But I always encourage people to make sure that, whatever job or location they're moving to here in the North Metro Atlanta area, that they are making sure their commute is reasonable, that it's convenient, that they can pick a school that is convenient for their lifestyle, and that they're not trying to battle a whole lot of traffic in a commute here in the North Atlanta area. So there's a lot of different variables that come into play in selecting, the perfect area to settle in. One thing we also recommend that you do is that you look up reviews on different schools that maybe are put out there by parents that have had children attend those schools. Look into the Facebook groups and any other local forums. You might want to try to interact with some of those parents on Facebook and who have children in those schools so that you get a real world view of the school.
It's so easy now, Sue. I mean, you just go online, you can Google anything and get information. So, I mean, it's amazing how much information is out there on stuff.
Right.
So you always can just Google stuff and find information, reach out to parents, reach out and see, children. And like I said, you can have 3 kids in the same school and they can have 3 different experiences. So, take that into consideration that, a lot has to do with the teachers, if the kids are younger, the teachers that they have, or, just the situation. So it's just, something you have to just research and do.
Right. I've been very impressed with each of the guidance counselors here that I've interacted with, not just for my own children, because my children are now, older, but in other situations where I've interacted with school guidance counselors here in the area. And, they all really are very professional. They're very genuine and very concerned for the well-being of the children in their schools and their families, the families of the schools and the community as well.
Yeah, it really is. I find that schools nowadays is another big community, being involved in the PTA, being involved, and these kids are just coming together as like a team to do projects and do things. It's amazing what you do see in the school systems right now. And we love being in the school systems and seeing those children do these amazing things.
Right. So I wanted to mostly highlight some of the top high schools in the area because great elementary schools feed into, even better middle schools and then into these fantastic high schools. So by starting in a particular high school area, you can kind of drill down to, there's a lot more elementary schools in the area than there are high schools, in other words. But in Fulton County and the North Fulton County area, because Fulton County does go down into Atlanta and all, we are really in the North Metro Atlanta area, which is the North Fulton County school area. And the high schools here that, a lot of our clients have children that attend, it's Milton High School, Alpharetta High School, Northview High School, Chattahoochee High School. These schools are all known for academic achievement, academic excellence, and advanced placement programs as well, which is really fantastic because here in the state of Georgia, we do have the Hope Scholarship Program, where your child can either get 80 or 100% of their tuition paid for if you graduate from a Georgia high school with excellent GPA score. You can then attend one of the Georgia state schools, basically tuition free, which is a fantastic thing for families of all financial abilities. And so that would include like University of Georgia, Georgia Tech, Georgia State, Kennesaw, and so
Georgia
forth and
Southern,
so on.
every school,
There's
so
many
many
Georgia
schools.
colleges.
Georgia, yeah. And also like Cambridge is a newer school in the
Right.
Milton area, which
Right.
is really popular. And then
Right.
if we go into Cumming, we're going to hit Denmark, which is a brand new school, West Forsyth, South Forsyth, Central Forsyth, East Forsyth.
And Lambert High School is an excellent
and Lambert.
school in Forsyth
All those,
as well.
it's funny because you have all these like North, South, East, West Forsyth, and then you have Lambert, and then you have Denmark, which is the 2 newer ones, and then you have it's just it's amazing how it just keeps on. The names are so there's so many high schools too.
Right.
So many high schools to choose from.
And what's so nice about these schools is that the students in these schools, consistently outperform students in other parts of the state of Georgia because of the, STEM programs and so forth that are available to them in these schools. Cobb County is another county we mentioned earlier. I did mention Walton, Lassiter, and Pope. They seem to be the three most noted high schools in that area. They offer, again, a range of advanced academic tracks in their schools and extracurricular activities as well.
Yeah, and Cherokee too. So Cherokee's right next to Fulton and Forsyth, and you have great schools there. Cherokee High School and
they're building new high schools in Cherokee
and Creekview. Yeah, I mean, every time you turn around, there's a new high school in that area because it's really right now it's really growing. So the Cherokee County area is really growing. And then just another tidbit. If you do not have children and you want to be in these award-winning schools for resale value and you're over 62 years old, you can get a discount on your property taxes and you don't have to pay the school tax. So you have to look into that. There's a lot of criteria that has to do with that. So if you are following maybe your kids and grandkids that are in these award-winning school area and you want to be pretty close to them, look into that as well. So that's just a little tidbit.
And that does vary by county, like whether you're in Gwinnett or whether you're in Cherokee or whether you're in
Yes. Yeah. So it's
different counties as far as what the opportunities are.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So we touched on this a little bit earlier. We do have some fantastic private schools, just to reiterate that. We have Westminster in Atlanta, Woodward Academy in College Park. Pace Academy is also in Atlanta. Atlanta International School. There's also an international school in the Alpharetta area as well. Mount Pisgah is a Christian school. There are other, schools of all different religious denominations throughout the whole area. There are some that are non-denominational as well. So there's just a variety depending upon what your particular focus is on life. There are charter and specialty schools, Amana Academy is a specialty school. They focus on STEM and environmental education. Fulton Academy of Science and Technology, that's called FAST, FAST. It's in Roswell, specializes in science and technology, engineering, and math for ages K through 8. Gwinnett School of Mathematics, Science and Technology, that's GSMST. It's located in Lawrenceville, and it's a magnet school and it's nationally recognized for its STEM programs.
Wow.
So just to reiterate, I wanted to give you some tips on evaluating schools. Number one, do your research online. Go to greatschools.org, like we mentioned earlier. Number two, visit the schools, take a tour, talk with faculty and so forth. Number three, talk with local parents and other, members of that school community. And number four, consider your commute time because there's a lot of traffic in Atlanta. We want your kids to have a great school experience, but we want you to as well.
Yeah, because that can be really very stressful in the morning. Because if you don't leave by a certain time, you might hit traffic and that's not fun. Not fun. So I think we gave you enough information. Like I said, it's a personal preference. We're here to give you information. We're here to give you the guidance, but we cannot make decisions or give our opinions on anything.
Right.
So, all right. So off to that, part that we can't give you that information. So what we love about North Atlanta today is the Cobb Energy Performing Arts Center, which is in Cobb County. So what do we have to say about that? Because it's a great place.
Well, this venue features Broadway quality shows, ballet, concerts, educational shows, family performances, opera, corporate meetings, and other types of events. Their mission is to operate as a world-class facility, create diverse cultural and educational and entertainment experiences, and to promote accessibility to the arts. They want to foster community partnerships that unify the region to support the arts, fulfill the highest expectations of patrons, performers, and employees. They want to stimulate quality economic growth and inspire individuals to continually increase their knowledge, patronage, and financial support of the arts.
Yeah, it's so amazing that, being brought up in New York and going to Broadway shows and having that access all the time. I love being here in the Atlanta area, that there is still so much arts and so much music and so many concerts and so many things, because there's nothing like New York, but then when you move away and you see that the quality of these shows are fantastic too, that I just love it for our community, for our area, because the arts and music is so important in the city and the state, and just love the performances.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And what's nice about going to, venues like this one or the one that Gwinnett has as well, is it's less expensive than going to New
A
York
Broadway show.
to an
Yeah.
actual Broadway show.
They've really gotten so expensive in New York. Yeah, we went to a show just recently.
Yeah.
It's not. So it's nice that it's more affordable. So you can bring your family and it's not over the top. So
And parking is always easy at these venues too. Just so
yes.
you know. Yeah.
Parking is so important. Yes, parking. You don't have to take a train or a plane or anything to get there. So there you go. So thanks for that information. All right, we're going to talk about our design tip of the day, which is creating an accent wall.
Right. So an accent wall is maybe just one, wall in your, a space that you want to put, an interesting paint color on, or striking wallpaper. It's you just want that wall to stand out and just have its own personality. But if that seems a little overwhelming to you, you might want to take a risk on just one wall and not the whole room type of thing. So it's basically, you want to refresh a bare wall, and a blank wall can make a room look really unfinished, or you can create an accent wall and make it look vibrant.
Okay, so let me ask you a little bit about an accent wall. Like, specific colors do you suggest? I mean, what like a darker or lighter? I mean, or it's just like go with what
I don't think it really matters, whether you go dark or light. What you want to do is pull a color out of your decor that you want to emphasize, whether it's a green or a blue, or, some color that just makes you feel, happy, but will pull the decor in the entire room together.
Yeah. And, because I think people get nervous. They're like, oh, that's not going to look good, like when it comes to an accent wall. But remember, paint's the easiest thing and the cheapest thing to fix. So if you don't like it, then you can always redo it or keep it the way it is and paint it right back. So, so great information on accent walls, because I know that a lot of people are nervous about doing an accent wall because they're like, am I doing it right? Is it supposed to be darker or lighter? Whatever, so it's real good information. All right. So today we talked about guide to the best North Atlanta schools. Then we talked about Victoria Square, which is in Alpharetta, which is a great location, Townhomes. And we talked about what we love about North Atlanta, which is the Cobb Performing Arts Center, which we love because you can go see great Broadway shows there and concerts and music and everything like that. And we talked about the design tip of the day was create an accent wall, which is something that I think a lot of people do not do. And I think they should, because it do what gives you joy. And so I really did like that little bit of design tip of the day. So thank you, Sue, for being on our podcast as usual every day.
Thank you.
And you can follow us on social media. We love it. If there's something you want to learn about, reach out to us and let us know. And we're here for you in the North Atlanta area. So the real estate ladies of North Atlanta, have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.